South Africans will be heading to the polls on the 29th of May, with many pinning their hopes on a better life from the electoral process. The country has the highest unemployment rate in the world, with Stats SA putting the expanded definition at 41.1%. South Africa is 30 years into democracy, and the ANC believes a lot has been done to change the lives of workers.
There's only one political organization that has advanced the interests of workers. All the others that are out in the field campaigning do not have the good intentions to advance the rights of workers like the African National Congress has done in government. So remember that as workers as we go to the polls.
Government says it has jobs plans through its public and social employment programs that are being rolled out by the Labour and Employment Minister. But opposition parties have taken a swipe at these efforts, accusing the ANC of failing to create tangible jobs. The DA believes it has a rescue plan for South Africa and pledges to create 2 million new jobs if voted into power.
We need to focus on making it easier for people to get into jobs. We understand that the labour regime that has been constructed by the SABC, ANC and COSATU Alliance has meant that we've kept the vast majority of young people trapped in grinding poverty. And we believe it's really important that we are able to loosen the labour market, allow people to get their foot in the door, earn experience, and ultimately be able to climb up the opportunity ladder. We also need to promote small businesses and the kind of access to funding as well as the access to support.
The Red Berets have a manifesto themed "Our Land and Jobs Now, Stop Load Shedding." The party seeks to champion industrialization and a policy reform that will prioritize the economy and jobs.
I heard someone else saying we're going to give you 2 million jobs. It's not realistic. You have 11 million people who are unemployed. You need to create minimum 9 million jobs. That's the commitment we're making. And you have 5 years to do that. But this 5 years is just the starting point. Once you build industries, you will appreciate that in the long term, we will be able to absorb as many people as possible who are going to come into the job market.
New Kids on the Block, Rise Mzansi, says unemployment has had a ripple effect on families and change will come through putting the focus on economic growth.
In an economy that is not growing, we cannot realistically expect jobs to be created because where would they come from? So as Rise Mzansi, we have put forward a plan and we are targeting 6% economic growth over the next period of 5 to 10 years. And I'll explain why we kind of look at it in that way, because there are a number of things that we feel need to be addressed to catalyze that economic growth. Some of them more short-term, some of them long-term. One of the issues that we focus on extensively is infrastructure development. And not any infrastructure, particularly infrastructure that has economic impact, such as energy infrastructure, transport and rail infrastructure.
Labour expert Tony Healy has cautioned against unrealistic promises which he believes will lead to more despair and mental health issues for job seekers and their families.
Nothing's going to happen overnight. It doesn't matter which political party or group of parties come into power. So I don't believe necessarily that, unfortunately, I wish it was different, but I don't believe necessarily that workers or job seekers can say to themselves, you know what, we're expecting our prospects to look better from June or for the remainder of the year. That's not going to happen. There are fundamental policy decisions that have to be made.
Labour unions continue to bargain for the best wages for their members in an uncertain economy, calling for the unity of workers as they urge them to go out in their numbers on May 29th to vote. Katlego Logodi, SABC News in Johannesburg.